Hello guys, welcome to our SCV Ready Tournament Cup #1, and we're just jumping in here right into the semi-finals and the finals on this fine Tuesday evening. On my side I have Doctors casting as well as me. My name is Blind, just introducing myself for a second, and we have the first match we play in the semi-finals. It's gonna be a best of 5 on the map Delta Quadrant starting. It's gonna be maikel spawning as Protoss versus evilness, the Terran evil player.
Yes, indeed, and let's see what spawning positions we have. A bit
Exactly.
laggy.
My loading screen is holding a little bit since I just started StarCraft. And here we go. Evilness. You go.
Okay, we have evilness spawning in the 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock position as the blue Terran, and we have maikel spawning as the pink Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner, the 7 o'clock position. And this is a different map from whatever a lot of people have been playing. So what do you expect to see from this then, Blind?
Well, I would expect this is a long-term distance they're spawning in, so this could turn out to be a longer game here. But I somehow expect some aggressive push here coming from like nice proxy pylons. As you can see on the map, if you can just check the expansion where the destructible rocks are, you can warp in a pylon on the other side and actually warp in units in there and just close in here, sneaky play a little bit from the Protoss player, or we on the Terran player. I expect some Marauder play from evilness.
I agree so as well. Marauders being fantastic against any gateway unit, so I wouldn't expect evilness to not get them at all. Maybe we've seen him play in the past with heavy Marauder and Marine armies with medivacs in the air, so M&M standard Terran units, but maybe he can go into some tanks. And as you mentioned, the Protoss, this is a very big map. I mean, even if you look at the gold expansions, you can put a proxy pylon down there, warping units, and also the backdoor. The backdoor expansion, there's a nice ledge here for some siege tank play or some Reapers or any harassment, even hiding a pylon up there yet again.
That is right. I expect a little bit fights here around Xanagata Tower, pushing back and forth just as the reinforcements are flowing in. And we see here nothing unsuspected here coming, no Reaper build, just a gateway here from the Protoss player, just grabbing his gas on the 15 supply again, and getting the second supply, so the probe cannot get in, getting more scouting info. He is logged out of the base. And he was just grabbing his gas.
Also, one thing to notice is evilness has put down the tech lab, so most likely we'll be seeing some type of Reaper play or maybe a early Marauder push.
Yeah, I would suggest some Reapers maybe for Marauder push here. I think Reapers would be a little bit late. Here, just the first Marauder is just popping out here, getting in the building here of the barracks. While we see a cybernetics quarry coming from maikel, so for a standard opening, just wondering if he's going for fast RoboBay or keeps playing with some more gateway units.
I sure hope that maikel is going to spot the Marauder coming out and then transition into robo play, because if he goes heavy into a 4-gate push or something similar, then he is going to suffer.
Well, this depends a lot of maikel actually on this state, and I see a second gateway and a fast warp gate technology coming out by the cybernetics core. It's especially useful on large maps here where you can warp in units anywhere in the later game. There is no reason not to research it unless you have a very solid build order and you need that 50 minerals and gas for something else. Unless that, you should always research it.
And maikel playing very smart here. He has got the robo. I think his game senses are tickling in and say, oh, robo, he's going to get Marauders. Let's get those robo out, get an observer into his base, see what the Terran is doing, and also get them immortals out. Very important.
That's right. I see here 3 barracks here coming from evilness, so he's going heavily on the 3M build, I assume. So some immortals could be really nice, maybe later taking up to some Colossi play. But for now we have a couple of your stalkers in the middle of map doing a little push, just checking out the front of evilness base, having a look what's in there waiting for him, so you can get some scouting information about the army composition here by evilness.
Indeed, and Maikel has popped up to see what his composition of, and he can see Marauders and Marines and that tech lab. Most likely he will, things that are going through his mind now is like, oh no, build, and he will be pumping that Immortal out, and as you can see he is going to put a Chrono Boost on that Immortal.
Yeah, and hope he spawns in really soon, since evilness is now moving out his Stimpack research. He went for Stimpack first and instead for Concussive Shell, so it just finished it. Now's the time for him to push, do a little push here, and he has a little army advantage from mineral and gas side, and maybe he can do some damage here upon the ramp of the Protoss player.
Indeed, but one thing worth noticing is also at the same time the Harvest account is in favor of Maikel. A fantastic...
So nice force field. Yeah, nice force field, blocking them off, getting some free shots here on the one poor Marine here. I see all this blood here on the ramp. He's not gonna be happy about that force field.
Indeed. And I don't think... Oh, only now getting his second Immortal, Chrono boosting that out again, and I think evilness really needs to start building Harvester. He is falling back by like 10. Oh, well, more than 10 now.
Yeah, that's really a big discrepancy here. And he's gonna push again, getting upon the ramp. The force field a little bit misplaced, but now splitting up the armies in two halves pieces. And this is really nice play here by Maikel. Completely demolishing the Terran forces, so Evil has to pull back.
Losing that last Mirage. Oh no, the Marauder runs away with Stimpack.
Oh, and he's not pushing out. He's going in for the fight with that army, and he's just gonna lose more Marauders, even 2 more. And now he realizes he has to run for his life. Has to throw down a bunker maybe to hold this ramp. If that Protoss army just pushes in, it could be lights out immediately.
Indeed, and I think evilness is... Well, he's still not building any SCVs from the command center. He's just not even getting anything. No, not even changing tech or adding on a factory to get them medivacs out. And only now grabbing his second gas.
We see from Maikel whopping in some proxy pylons to reinforce that army to push a little bit bigger. He's still hesitating, not pushing in there. Maybe he's not quite sure if he has the advantage here. He's using the observer to go in first, get some scouting info, if he can safely push in and finish off the Terran player.
Indeed, I think Maikel has seen enough. His observers only sees 2 Marauders, and evilness's army is back at the back, killing some rocks, whilst Maikel is pushing in, and I think Maikel has got this game.
Here's going in by the bad positioning here for the Protoss armies. That Salad and Stalker just getting their lives for nothing out there. He's focusing down the barracks instead of shooting the Marauders. I quite not agree, so he has to pull out, but using the force field defensively just to make sure he can retreat. So I think that was not the best micro here, coming from Maikel, losing more units than he needed to.
Indeed, sir. Indeed, and I think that the army composition was in favor of Maikel, but he just didn't micro his units properly, and so the advantage went to evilness, which was focus firing the units down respectively.
But still, even if losing the battle and retreating, he's still in the lead. He got 13 workers more. He got his natural just being warped in at this moment, while the Terran player is still at a lousy 22 workers at that state of a game. And if the game turns a little bit longer, the Protoss forces will just overrun evilness.
Indeed, and evilness has started to bank up quite a lot of minerals as well, only now putting down a few more factories, a few more barracks to help out with the production of his units. His observers can see perfectly that he is going for the expansion.
Yeah, and the rocks are not even taken out yet, so I'm a little bit wondering where he's floating his command center, where he's going to. But looks like he's waiting to kill the rocks, exactly what he's doing at the moment. Meanwhile, Maikel is just getting more warp gates, 5 warp gates, and we also see a robotics bay here coming in, so we have to expect some Colossi play. Against the 3mm build, Colossi can be really devastating if microed correctly. And with that army advantage he already has from the big income the whole time, I think there's not much evilness can put him against.
Yeah, definitely. So he's not going to be able to put up a fight when the fight comes. I mean, with 23 harvesters, there's only, I don't think you can support a 5 racks and a factory with 23 workers. I mean, even if he has double expansion, he is undersaturated, even for one, I guess.
Exactly, and from the income speaking now to the army size, it's the result of it. We have a 96 food army here by Protoss against the 66 army by Terran, so it's about 30 more fruit, with 10 of it being workers, so he has a big advantage here. If he pushes with those many immortals and stalkers, I don't see the Terran forces being coming out ahead of it.
Indeed, and only now it's Evilness is playing in the dark. I don't think he knows what the composition of the army is. I don't think he knows that there are Colossi out, and he's just playing in the dark. I think when this is going to come back and bite Evilness in the ass, and then he will regret it.
That's right. I think Michael's just waiting for the first 1 or 2 Colossi popping out, just getting his extended thermal lance upgrade, one of the most important upgrades here in this game. Increasing the range by the Colossus base so much, making much more better control. And Evilness is even pushing out with his smaller forces right now, getting to Xelnaga Watchtower. And Maikel could just set up a nice concave here, and he is really engaging. And he's using Stim, Evilness, but in a bad positioning here, engaging. You see the Marauders all running around, not shooting for a long time, and he just lost his whole army there, and also the game.
I believe so. If you have a look at the army size now, it's 47 to 116, and this push should end Evilness's life. Well, in this game.
Yeah, I don't see any chance here to stop this stalker ball. You're just running up the ramp, and here comes the GG by Maikel. So it's gonna be by Evilness. So it's gonna be 1-0 here for Maikel in the semifinals in this best of 5 series.
Indeed, and let's see what Evilness has picked for his second now.